Hello my YouTube friends, thanks for tuning in again. My second video. So what I wanted to do is actually talk about a few health and dietary facts that I follow on a daily basis. Quite a few people ask me how I try and put on weight. I've always been skinny pretty much most of my life until a few years ago I decided that I didn't want to be skinny anymore and I wanted to bulk up and build some muscle. So apart from going to the gym, I know they're really small. Apart from going to the gym about 3 to 5 times a week, I'm quite strict with my diet because what I'm trying to do is eat as many calories as I can because it's going to give me energy to go to the gym and lift heavier each time. My progression at the gym has been a bit slow, so I've had to get a personal trainer to kind of help me move on to the next stage. You always don't need to pay for a personal trainer. If you find someone there who can you can team up with, who can help you, just speak to people really. So when people are actually asking me what I'm trying to do to put on weight, I just run them through some basic foods that I try and consume on a daily basis. I'm a vegetarian, so it's a lot harder because obviously I know chicken's very high in protein, steak's really high in protein, so all those kind of foods that a normal bodybuilder or someone who's just trying to get athletic or have a nice lean body would eat. Is unfortunately I don't get all that. So, but there's fortunately for us vegetarians, there's lots of alternatives out there. So I don't want to make this a health video because I'm not a fitness expert. I just want to share some foods that I eat, which I've kind of learned over time. Also watching YouTube, actually, I learned a lot of YouTube about my sort of gym and a supplement regime. So the first thing I've done, I've actually put on about 10 kilos within the last 8 months, which I think is quite drastic. I mean, I know it's really hard for people to lose weight, but I think trying to put on is quite just as hard, really. So the first thing I've been using is Muscle Fuel. This is anabolic. Actually, it's the wrong tub. I actually use hyperbolic. I've just filled it in here because I bought a massive tub. And this is by USN. There's a couple of thousand, about 1,000 calories I get just from drinking 3 of these a day. I mean, you don't have to go for protein shakes. I think this is like the cheap way of consuming calories. I think you can get a lot of calories through food without having to spend lots of money on this. But this is like for someone who's working, long hours and things like that. Just to carry this in your bag in a shaker is, I think, a great way of just making sure you're getting those calories every day, because you want to try and eat 1,000 or 1,500 calories more than your average intake, which is about 3,000 calories for a man. So you want to try and eat double because your metabolism is really high and you're burning a lot, especially if you're working long hours and you're walking a lot, maybe on the shop floor or even doing something very active as part of your job. This is just a good way of getting it in. I drink about 2 to 3 a day. I try and drink at least 3 when I'm training. I train about 3 to 5 times a week, if that. Maybe 3 to 4 times a week. But this is just good to get those calories in. So that's that. The other thing, every morning I have a protein shake which I make myself. And that consists of a cup of this bad baby boy stuff, which is oats. Oats are really important because not only are they healthy, it's slow releasing energy, and you just want to consume as much of this as possible in your day. I mean, I put about 3/4 of a cup in my shake in the morning, which I might do another video actually at some point to sort of go through what I drink as my shake. But this just bulks up your shake. It's great to drink in the morning. It keeps you full. Excuse me. And it's slow releasing energy. So I would say at least half a cup of this in your milkshake every morning. I try and drink a milkshake every morning rather than going for cereals. Cereals are just full of rubbish, and this way I know it's got all the things that I need to take on a daily basis. I throw some nuts in there. I mean, I haven't got any nuts to show you today, but just general Brazil nuts and all your sort of really high in good fat nuts and products that you just can throw in there. Avocado is really high in good fats. I mean, they say that you should have fats and proteins certain times of the day. I don't really follow all of that. I just throw in whatever I have. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to put on intake as many calories as possible. I wouldn't use full fat milk. I actually don't like the taste of full fat milk. I think from a very young age I've gone off full fat milk, so I use semi-skimmed or sometimes even skimmed, or actually one of my favourites at the moment is almond milk. My whole sort of family have converted to almond milk, which is really, really good for you. And it's still high in calcium. The other thing I like to put in my shake, which is one of my favourite, is peanut butter. Peanut butter. Especially with jelly on a sandwich. Browned bread sandwich. This is really good to get some good fats in as well. Adds, a good amount of calories into your shake as well. And a good spoon of this. I love this brand. I think I bought it from GNC or Holland & Barrett. It's the Meridian one. There is nothing but peanuts in this. There's no palm oil or, salts or added sugars, whatever else they put in there to make it tasty. This is just pure peanuts. Actually, there's a lot of oils that come separate from this, which you just have to keep stirring all the time. But put a good tablespoon of this into your shake, or slap it on some toast or some crackers or whatever you want in the day. This is really, really good stuff. Now, most of the time, my lunch consists of these three things. One is a sweet potato. Now, I used to be addicted to normal white potatoes, jack potatoes. It's one of my favourite things, actually, especially in the winter. But as I started learning more, I realised that there's so much more benefits of eating sweet potato. And now I actually don't like white potato. So sweet potato is really good for you. Again, it's slow releasing energy, which is perfect if you're about to have a workout, sort of in the afternoon or even in the evening. It's just a great source of slow releasing energy. So what I do with this is actually I stick this in the microwave, and I don't bother boiling it or baking it or anything. It's a waste of energy, I think. Stick it in the microwave for about 4 to 5 minutes, where it just gives you that perfect consistency, perfect cookness, or whatever it's called, and stick this in a plate with some of either or both. Either or both. It's one of my favourite things is cottage cheese. Now, I actually started eating cottage cheese again maybe a couple of years ago when I started realising how high in protein it was. But I just remembered I used to love it as a child. I mean, you get it here in the UK with chunks of pineapple and black pepper, and now you get all sorts of things like onion and I don't know. But I just love buying the plain stuff because I can do whatever I want to it. So stick a good sort of 5 tablespoons of this with your sweet potato. Now, cottage cheese is probably one of the highest vegetarian products which is high in protein. It's actually high in casein protein, which is perfect for drink or eating when you go to sleep. Now, you get casein protein shakes, which I don't use. I've never used them because all I do is have a bowl of this stuff before I go to bed with some honey or some fruit, and that will keep me going. So it stops your body going into a catabolic reaction because it's slow releasing, again, energy. The proteins are breaking down a lot slower, so it keeps your body fueled, I like that word, fueled throughout the whole night, ready for breakfast, which would be around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I guess, before you go to work. So this is great for your lunch, and also good for your pre-bedtime snack with some crackers and fruit, whatever it may be, something healthy, obviously, because you don't want to, carb up during, before you go to bed. This is great. Or the other thing is a can of good old baked beans, and it has to be Heinz. Well, I like Heinz. I just love baked beans. I mean, who cares about the after effects of baked beans? I just love beans. I think I do all sorts of stuff to it, like add spices and fry some onions and throw it in with the beans and all that kind of stuff. This is just a good form of protein, really, really high in protein, as beans we know beans are. And just actually don't even stick to just baked beans. Try different types of beans and make your own baked beans. Sometimes I kind of steam different types of beans and put in a bit of a tomato sauce and make my own and just keep it for half a week, whatever, in the fridge. Lasts a long time. So beans are great. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is this stuff. Now, actually, what I'm holding isn't what I'm going to talk about, but it looks like this, and that's brown pasta. Anything brown, I actually went off any sort of white products, white sugar, white rice, white pasta. I've completely gone off, unless I'll eat it if it's made by my mum or whatever. But most of the time, if I'm cooking myself, I only make brown pasta. Again, it's just a lot healthier for you. It's a lot more earthy. It's again slow releasing carbs. It's just like with anything brown. I mean, now I can't eat white bread or anything white pasta. I find it really stodgy. Actually, something else I've come across recently is chickpea pasta in Waitrose, and that's really high in protein. But then it doesn't have your carbs in there because it's made from chickpea flour. So, but just try and go for anything brown. It's just a healthier option. Doesn't mean you don't eat, pasta and rice, etc. You have to. If you're trying to put on weight, you've got to eat carbs. You've got to stack up on your carbs, but stick to good carbs. So brown rice, wild rice, brown pasta. Mix. I throw all sorts of crap in with my pasta. I mean. Even sometimes even throwing cottage cheese. I know it sounds a bit rank, but I don't know. I'm just, at the end of the day, you've got to sometimes eat for the sake of eating. Really, I mean, I love food, but during the week I'm really good. During the weekend, I kind of let loose. But just stick to your good, healthy, balanced diet. And if you're trying to put on weight, you need to eat about 6 times a day, and that also includes. Stuff like avocado. If you're eating meat or fish, even tuna, no more than 4 tins of tuna a week because it's quite high in magnesium. But try and eat some tuna or salmon or sushi. Anything that's rich in protein and high carb, but good carb. So that's that. It was a really kind of random video. I just kind of was in my kitchen. Kitchen I don't really like, actually. We've just moved into this house. Everyone loves my kitchen. Every time people come over, they're like, "Oh, we love your kitchen," but I don't know. I think it's just a bit stuck in the 70s or the 80s. I don't know. I'm a kind of mod con kind of guy. I don't know. I just find it a bit old-fashioned, but everyone seems to love it. So yeah, that's it. I hope anything I've said today helps. I'm not a professional. This is just my take on it. I've put on some healthy weight. Not fat. Don't really want to, put on bad fat weight. Still training. Still, running. Doing all sorts of, healthy activity. Just eat good. And if you want to put on weight, eat the good stuff, not the bad stuff. You can go to McDonald's and eat, 10 burgers or whatever a week, and you'll put on weight, but it's not going to be good for you. The fat content in all of that is just it's going to sit on your arteries and clog them up. So if you want to do it properly. So thanks for tuning in. Don't know what I'm going to do next, but hopefully posting something else again very soon. If you like my videos, you know what to do. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.